That's significance to me, right? That's what it's all about. That's why we do this.
So the big question is, what are top agents doing to absolutely crush it in real estate, grow their teams and add more transactions year over year while so many struggle? To get the answers, we interview the top real estate agents to learn their secrets to success. My name is Andrew Dunn.
And my name is Peter Michael. Welcome to Lead Agent Secrets.
I think you've massively unpacked, and maybe our audience will have some more questions, and we obviously will share your information at the end of the show. But before that, we want to dive into your third and final topic, which is success and significance. And it's not one or the other. So they are not mutually exclusive. So unpack that, why that is your third secret to success.
Let's go. So these all tie together, right? What I found is that the road to success is well marked. There's endless gurus out there teaching you, here's how to build a successful business. The problem that I have with a lot of that is that most of those, or many of those methods, don't leave time at the end of the day, right? For example, the big database example that I shared, right? It was me as a high-end home builder, and I'm trying to just add more people to my database so I can convert 10% of them a year into clients. Like, that's 90 conversations that I'm having that are not resulting in anything this year. Now, they will over time. I get it, right? But the problem is that we always hear this concept of it's a numbers game. Just go through the numbers. The problem is the opportunity cost of all the no's, right? And the opportunity cost is actually what's taking time away from things in life that matter more, right? So I'm a guy that's big on family, right? I've got 6 kids. Like, it's my world. It's my life. And for me to just focus on building a successful business and not have any time left over for them, what a waste, right? Like this kind of like dad silhouette that I kind of saw coming and going. And so I believe that the path again to significance again is not well marked. And then oftentimes that results back to the business models that we subscribe to. As we subscribe to this, it's a numbers game, just sort through the numbers. Whereas we're exchanging those 90 people in a warm referral, probably 98 conversations in a cold market business. We're exchanging those conversations that should be devoted to conversations with our family, right? Whereas if you can optimize your business and focus on building relationships with people that can send you a lot of business, now you have income rolling in, and you have time freedom to go enjoy and actually pursue significance, whatever that looks like for you, right? I believe it's body, like healthy, mind, like you're sharp, you're well, you're educated, right? Spirit, actually having a connection to something bigger than you, right? And heart, it's like family, people around you. When you have income that's optimized because it's done through not massive sorting, right? And this numbers game approach, now you have actually the income and the time to go enjoy it with people that you love the most. To me, significance is all about having the time freedom to go along with the profitable business.
I think this is touching on something quite important with regards, when you talk about significance, when you talk about success specifically, and I think now in like this time right now, more than any other time in history, there seems to be a lot of what I would call fast money. And I think people are hunting for what I would consider fast money and not like forever money, right? So for example, like real estate for me is forever money, right? Like you buy, sell homes, you have investment properties, rentals. It's forever money. Like it's money you can hand down to your kids and the kids' kids and the kids' kids' kids if they keep the property, right? That's forever money, and not like buying Bitcoin at $1,000 and selling it at 5,000. That's like fast money, right? And like and a lot of times you buy at 1 and it goes to, or you buy at 5,000 and it goes to 1, and people lose their shirt, right? Now the other thing about success, and I think, because real estate is such an amazing opportunity and there is such a massive amount of wealth that can be made here, I think people lose track. And this is what I mean about tying into significance, is they lose track of like now why the fuck they're doing it. Because it started off, I want to build a better life for my family. And it's mutated into, I now can't stop this ball rolling. And you've gone from walking the dog's now fucking walking you. That's what happens so many of the times that we see, where they're like, I built this business that does $1 million a year and now I can't get out. And now the thing that they spent so much time, effort and energy and sacrifice building is now taking away the exact reason they built it in the first fucking place, right?
Man.
So there's a certain amount of irony to this, right? With regards like, how can you build something that basically starts destroying the life that you thought it was going to help positively impact? And I think one of the conversations that not enough people have is, because I think the big reason people get into real estate is financially is such an amazing opportunity, and you need zero qualifications to start. You can just get your license. And I think one of the misconceptions in the world right now is that everyone needs to be a millionaire. And it's like, actually, if you look at the scale between financials and happiness, after about $70,000 a year, they teeter off massively. And people could be earning 300 grand a year and $1 million a year, and they're no happier than each other. Right. And I think that's one of the things that I wanted to discuss with this topic specifically, because I think everyone gets tied into the fact they've got to make a shitload of money. And along the way, they lose track of why they're now trying to make a shitload of money, because the thing, like you got 6 kids, they go, fuck, I spend no time with my family. You're like, you fucked up. Like, you're now losing. You know, you were probably happy making 100 grand. Let's be real.
Well said, man. Well said. Preach, brother, preach. That was good. That was good. Go back and listen to that one again, everybody. That was fantastic, Andrew. I couldn't agree more. Beautiful.
Well, do you not just think, though, that with your clientele as well, I'm not sure if this is one of the conversations you have. I mean, I just think about guests we've had on our show, amazing guests. We had a fantastic guest on called Mark, and he's got kids, and he built his business, he building it bigger and bigger like they all do. And he has his children, and then he was kind of like a Jesus moment. He's like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm missing all the soccer games. I'm not going to any of the plays. I'm not doing anything. Like, what am I doing? And he just went, right, I think he takes a week off every month, and he has every Wednesday off, and he doesn't work weekends. And that is now his real estate business. So now he's like, on 4 days a week, I'm going to do this. And it's like, he still does the exact same shit. He's just set boundaries for himself now. And it's like, all of a sudden, it wasn't like the world had come to an end. It was like, I'm not missing my kids grow up. And if that costs me 200 grand a year, which it actually ironically hasn't in this specific case, but a lot of times it will. You will lose money. Like, it's worth it. But I'm not saying that's for everyone, but it is for a lot of them. There are a lot of people who get into this. They definitely get into it for financial freedom. And don't let the dog walk you.
Yeah. And then it turns into financial slavery, right? Because you're beholden to this, whether it's for ego or whether it's because you don't have the right systems in place to actually set yourself free, or you haven't invested the money, right? I 100% agree. I've had several ahas as a father, in fact, probably daily ahas, right? Of like how I can be better. And I just celebrated my son's 14th birthday this past week. And he and a couple of friends paintballing. And I haven't been paintballing since I was a kid. Like, this was like pretty fun. And my son's and his friends' first time ever. And I realized after the fact how I've done a pretty decent job of teaching my son to be a good human, right? Taught him good spiritual principles. Taught him to be respectful of women. I've provided well for him. But one thing that I haven't done enough of is actually play, right? And sometimes we think like, I'll get there like when I have time, and it's hard to ever find time. And I realize like, I got to start making playing with him a priority, because it's before long, he's an adult, right? And it's different. Like, we only get kids in the house as little people for a period of time where we've got this joy of playing together. And I do a pretty good job playing with my little kids. As my kids get bigger, I just haven't made it a priority, and shame on me, right? It was just aha of like, I'm going to start like really scheduling in time to go do like really fun playing together, right? Because that's significance to me, right? That's what it's all about. That's why we do this. And if all of a sudden we don't have time to do this, why are you doing this? Right? Why are you doing this?
Yeah. Do you know what's interesting about that? Do you know why a lot of people won't want to play with their kids? Because it includes the word play. And they're like, well, I can't take time off. I can't have a break because that's why. And it's like, no, you're looking at this wrong. In fact, again, not that we do this. We actually had a guest on, and it was just such an interesting idea, but big scheduler, right? And every afternoon he schedules, I think, 12 to 2. For him to every day, every single day is blocked out. And we made a tongue-in-cheek joke, and it was on the show, and we're like, oh yeah, we'll probably go to sleep. And he was like, no, seriously, that's like usually what I do. He's like, but I schedule it in. No one can book those times. Like, they're 2 hours in the middle of the day. He's like, I get up at 4 a.m., like I work, I do all my stuff. I think it was 12 to 2. And he's like, I schedule it, and no one can book that ever. Doesn't matter. No one's getting it. And he's like, a lot of the time, I will nap. And he's like, but it's my time and I'll make time for myself every day, because otherwise I will fucking lose my shit, you know? And a lot of people do. And he's like, you've just got to make time. And he didn't have kids, but you're talking about a guy who's solo, and he's like, you've got to make time for yourself, man. Otherwise you will just lose it, you know? Yeah. And that's just coming from a totally
You'll burn out too, right? Because you're constantly on this hamster wheel. And like, I mean, we get this feeling here and there too, where it's like you're going so hard, like eventually your mind starts playing little tricks on you and you start getting up and you're like, oh God, I gotta get up here again. It's because you didn't have the time the day before to even just like decompress, relax, and just think about what you actually wanted to do.
Yeah, well said.
There's a lot going on there. But with that being said, Justin, I want to give you the floor. You've touched on your book. You've touched on you helping a lot of agents. So if people want to reach out, whether it's phone, email, website, social media, tell the people how they could reach out to you and get in touch.
I love it. I think probably the easiest way, right, is just to find me on Instagram. It's at Justin Stoddart, Stoddart. I put a lot of content out every day, and just message me, right? If I can help you, if you want to hop on a 15-minute call and say, okay, I've got this concept of an upstream partner. Will you walk me through this? I'll give you 15 minutes. I'd love to, right? Let me help you have success with this. And part of this is my significance play, right? Is that I want to help other people be able to have a warm referral business in less time, right? So they have time for the great things in life. So find me on Instagram, message me, say, heard you on the Elite Secrets podcast, and I've got a quick question, and we'll hop on a call, or I'll just answer it via Messenger. But that would be a joy for me to help people unlock what I believe is a key to having both success and significance. So appreciate it.
Perfect, Justin. Everyone, we hope you've enjoyed this episode. We've enjoyed chatting to Justin, and we will see you in the next one. Oh, and by the way, if you're listening to this and you aren't making over $100,000 per year in GCI, and you're looking for a predictable system to get you there, then head over to go.eliteagentsecrets.com.